Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today, and what can I say? Should I introduce the video again? Shall I start it again with a different language perhaps? Should I come in with a different language? Because we're probably feeling a certain nationality today, aren't we, ladies and gentlemen? As Chelsea supporters, if you're not a Chelsea fan, there's only a select few of you that might be feeling the same, or definitely are feeling the same. But today, we're probably going to say Salam Alaikum to all of you because we are feeling Saudi. We're feeling Saudi. This is quite blockbuster. We're going to go through what has transpired over the last, what's the time now? Let's say 12, 15 hours, perhaps, something like that. The events that have transpired and the meltdown, the amount of people that are triggered. It takes me back to a time when we were hated, and I loved it. I gotta say, I loved it. So you know what? I'm gonna enjoy it. I don't know about you, but I'm gonna enjoy it. We're gonna get into the detail. We're going to break down exactly what's gone on. But before we do, don't forget, make sure you check out the link in the description. Second channel, content is coming there consistently, as it has been already. So keep your eyes peeled on that. Subscribe if you do enjoy it over there. Let's get cracking with... let's start off in one place. It's the PIF, the Saudis, this Saudi lot that... seem to have not just an upper hand, both flipping hands on world football right now. And there was a story that broke yesterday in relation to the amount of transfers that is currently being done between Chelsea and Saudi. Chelsea and the PIF-owned clubs of Al Nassr, Al Hilal, Al Ittihad and Al Ahli, right? The four clubs. And the business being done. And it raised some eyebrows. And then all of a sudden, boom, an article was released. And lo and behold, the relationship between Chelsea and the Saudis has been revealed. So without further ado, let's get right into this and break it all down. So here it is. This is coming from James Norton, who's quoted the article, well, quoted Di Marzio in relation to the deals, but has also quoted the article here that was done by the Daily Mail explaining how Newcastle's owners are investors in Chelsea's new majority shareholder. So the article by Matt Hughes that details the PIF, the Public Investment Fund that own Newcastle United, and Clearlake, who are majority shareholder of Chelsea, links. So starts off with the Saudi PIF now owns majority stakes in each of these Saudi clubs and has also invested in Chelsea's majority owner Clearlake Capital. Chelsea co-owner Todd Boehly visited Saudi Arabia this month, and now Chelsea are selling unwanted high-earning players to these teams. And as I said, the article goes into the situation. So what's going on here then? Habibi. So the four clubs in Saudi that are owned by the PIF group. The PIF group also owns Newcastle United, right? Fair enough. Now, Todd Boehly was in Saudi Arabia not too long ago, and we spoke about this yesterday. We didn't know what he was doing. And then all of a sudden these deals start happening, and we start thinking, oh, okay, now we know why he was there. Now we know. Right? He was laying the groundwork and making sure that we can build the relationship to get these players that we're looking to offload to a place that are going to offer substantial sums of money. Right? Fair enough. And now this is broken, I have to say. You have to be completely honest with these owners, right? Because yesterday I criticized the owners on the aspect of the shirt sponsor, in relation to the certain rule that has been there in relation to broadcasters and media when it comes to the Premier League and who you can do deals with and not, right? Okay, now Paramount Plus, that have Premier League rights over in Mexico and Central America, automatically have a conflict of interest for us to be able to wear theirs when Sky and BT are the ones that are broadcasting the Premier League from this country. So there's a madness going on there. But the rules in relation to that are always exclusive to Sky and BT. So, there's that. And I just thought, the owners should know this. Why bother with an advanced deal that's going to collapse from the get-go? So, there's that. The footballing aspect of things at Chelsea Football Club, we've criticised them, right? In terms of the way that they have just literally flashed the cash, but they've done it recklessly. There hasn't been strategy. There hasn't been structure. Then we've got directors in, and now it looks like we're starting to do things, maybe penny pinching a bit too much in aspects, but in the long run, it seems to be the case that, yeah, you know what? There seems to be a structure and we're heading in a direction. And as long as things start ticking over and start getting done and we don't waste time, we could be well ready for the new season with pre-season beginning on July 1st and Pochettino walking through the door. That's what everyone wants. So on a footballing level, it's been really, really rocky. But when it comes to just strict business that doesn't involve the footballing side, right? Just strict business. Man, these guys find loophole after loophole after loophole after loophole. We have become Loophole FC. And when it comes to this, I have to say, it's a stroke of genius. It's an absolute stroke of genius. And I don't actually see anything wrong. Because let's break it down here. We're getting criticised, right? I'll show you one actually. Here's an Arsenal fan. This is cheating. It means you can sign whoever you want and bypass FFP because you'll always be able to make that back. Let's just sell Pepe to the Denver Nuggets for 72 million then, shall we? Let's call it what it is. Cheating. I'm furious. Feel free. If you want to sell a football player to a basketball team, you try that, mate. Good luck. I wish you the best of luck. But let's talk realistically. Yes, if Kroenke had some sort of business connection with a team in the States and wanted to get that done, by all means, go ahead. Go ahead. People are taking the angle. I've seen that. Everyone's furious. Everyone that's not a Chelsea fan and that's not a City fan, a Newcastle fan, and now United fans know they can't talk, so they're going to have to be involved in the group whether they like it or not. They can't talk. Everyone else, fuming. They are fuming, right? And I'm thinking, hate more if you want. I couldn't care less. We couldn't care less. Nothing has actually been broken here. What has happened? It's very straightforward. There's a Saudi group that own football clubs in Saudi Arabia. We have a good relationship with them. They have investments in the majority shareholder of Chelsea, right? They have assets that are managed by Clearlake Capital. Why? Because Clearlake Capital is an asset management company. That's their jobs. That's what they do as a company. Forget the football. Clearlake Capital, what do? They manage assets, right? For various companies and exclusive people and all sorts at the highest level. They operate on a mad level, right? Bedad Egbali is raking it in. Let's just say that. But they have that connection with the PIF. That's separate from Chelsea Football Club. It just happens to be that, yes, that company is a majority shareholder of Chelsea Football Club. And it happens to be that the PIF, the Public Investment Fund in Saudi, now own 4 football clubs, which were owned by the Saudi government before that. It was all state-owned in terms of the Saudi League. Now, those 4 have split off and become part of the PIF, which is still connected to the government, if we're being honest. But PIF own those four clubs. Now, PIF also own Newcastle. They've made that transaction. They've made that deal. It's business and business. That's it. That is it. There's nothing actually wrong here. There's no rule that's actually been broken. So if people want to get triggered, mate, get triggered. Feel free, right? Chelsea, Todd Boehly and Egbali have been wise enough to be able to build those relationships with those people that are willing to bring that much money to the table and get the deals done that we need done. That's it. There's nothing being broken. There's nothing being done here that isn't clearly on the table for everyone to see. So, people that want to take the angle of, oh, no, you know what, no, football, this is destroying football now. Football's ruined. Let's be honest, yeah? 2 points. First point, if this was your club and you're complaining about it, you wouldn't be complaining if it was your club. Let's just say that. The same way City cannot complain now, the same way that Newcastle definitely not going to complain, the same way that United, even though some are complaining now, you give it about 2 weeks, they're going to stop complaining. And the same way that we don't complain about it, if it was your club, you wouldn't complain. Secondly, football being destroyed, or football being, football's finished, right? We've all said it. Football finished a long time ago. Some would argue football finished in 92 when the Premier League became the Premier League and it was no longer the first division. That's where some people would say, football's finished, right? So we can go back if you want. We can go back to the first £1 million deal in the Premier League. People were saying football's finished then. We can go back and go to when Rio Ferdinand was sold for 30 million and people were going, oh my God, football's finished. Truth of the matter is, you can either complain or step up and do what you can do amongst the circumstances. Simple as that. I used to be someone that used to look at things and go, oh man, I hate this. I'm just gonna, complain. I'm just gonna complain. Right? That doesn't get anything done. Let's be honest. In terms of your own personal life, please don't do that. In terms of football, yeah, people can do that, I guess, but don't involve yourselves too much emotionally in that aspect. If not, you're gonna get eaten up alive. It's just the reality of the situation. The fact is, the world is heading in a certain direction. Why I am not complaining about this is because it's very clear where the entire world right now is heading in terms of the future. Obviously, the Middle East is going to prosper on another level. People are not ready for what's coming over there. The West is finito. If we're talking about finished, yeah, this is why I'm saying the Saudis coming in and doing what they're doing was always going to happen. Is it right? Some people are going to take the morality stance and go, oh no, but those countries, they're all messed up and whatnot. What, like this country isn't messed up? Like the States isn't messed up. Like France isn't messed up. Let's not be hypocritical here, people. Let's not. Let's not try and take the moral high ground, right? Because some of the most destructive things that have happened on this planet have been have been because of Western society, have been because of some certain Western nations. Let's not be hypocritical. So you can't take that stance. The truth of the matter is business on this level. If there's no rule that's actually been broken, done. That's it. Some people at that level are obviously going to find loopholes and bypass. That's how they've made what they've made. That is the name of the game. As I've said, you either step up or you step aside. Is it right? Some would argue. Is it wrong? Some would argue. It is what it is. Now, obviously, if you're doing criminal activity, right, to get ahead and whatnot, then fair enough. Of course, that's wrong. But if there's no rule being broken and you're smart enough to find the loopholes that others are too lazy to find and you take advantage of them, mate, good luck to you. You play the game. That's it. Relationships have been built here between Chelsea and the Saudis. They've been done very well. Business has been done. They want players. Those players are going to be going. They are offering those players whatever amount of money that they're offering. That's their business. That's not our business. If Koulibaly goes and he's on 300k a week, right? Or he's on 400k a week, or he's on 500k a week, or he's on $1 million a week, that's not our fault. They want to pay that. Who are you to stop them? Once you get a business, once you get a football club in Saudi, go and do the same thing. Simple, right? That's the name of the game. So when it comes to that, people complaining, oh, these clubs are coming in for these players and they're offering ridiculous amount of fees. Yeah, they want to buy the player. They've put money on the table. Great. You think we're going to turn that down? No. Would you turn that down? No. So come on. People need to honestly realize the situation here and just be honest. Just be honest. Yeah, just be honest. And anyone that's actually going to complain on that level and go, oh, no, they're actually fuming. They said they're cheating. Yeah, keep shouting. Keep shouting. I want to hear it louder. So there we are. Now talking about Saudis and what they're actually doing with these Chelsea players, let's dive right into the detail. This is the latest in terms of all the players that are heading out and going over there, it seems. So from Fabrizio, understand Romelu Lukaku has decided to continue in Europe despite important proposal received from Saudi. He's not joining now. Lukaku appreciated the effort, but he's not ready yet to leave European football. Inter have the ball in their court, no agreement yet with Chelsea. I don't know how this one's going to be done, because Inter Milan have financial problems. We want to get rid of him on a permanent. He wants us to have a loan, we're not going to do. So he's not happy with us. But he doesn't want to come back to Chelsea. We don't want him back, but Inter, I don't know what they're going to do to try and keep him, but no one else wants him. So this is ridiculous. Lukaku's going to have to compromise. You either come back to Chelsea and suffer, right? Because you probably won't even be let into the training ground. Or find somewhere and take a pay cut, or tell Inter Milan you'll take a pay cut, or do whatever it takes, Terminate your contract, go to Inter Milan for free. I don't think we'd care. I honestly don't think we'd care. We got deals with Saudis now, it's fine. So it is what it is. Now talking about the other deals that's going on, let's dive right through them, right? Here's the latest. So, starting off with Kante. N'Golo Kante to Al Ittihad. 4-year contract signed. 100 million euros total salary paid in 4 years. Image rights, commercial deals, extra. Negotiations started on June 6th and deal now finally set to be announced. End of an era for a Chelsea legend. And he is. And I'm genuinely happy for him and what he's going to be doing out there. So, honestly, fair play. We don't end there though. Here's more. Ruben Neves to Al Hilal details. €55 million fixed fee to Wolves. Agreement with Barca collapsed. Contract signed until June 2026. Main part of medical tests done. Club statement expected this week. Koulibaly could join him soon. Confirmed. And that's what he's going to look like in that Al Hilal kit. Ruben Neves heading over there. Now talking about Koulibaly. Growing confidence tonight at Chelsea for Kalidou Koulibaly to accept Al Hilal contract proposal valid until 2026. It's about key details now. Both Koulibaly to Al Hilal and Ziyech to Al Nassr deals are advancing well and fast. And understand Edouard Mendy has now agreed personal terms with Saudi side Al Ahly. Contract will be valid until June 2026. Negotiations at final stages for Senegal goalkeeper to join Saudi League from Chelsea on a permanent deal. Here we go soon. So that's what's going on over there. To sum it all up, Chelsea hopes to conclude 3 sales this week. Ziyech to Al Nassr, Koulibaly to Al Hilal, Mendy to Al Ahly. The players have already accepted the offer and the Saudi government is in London to reach a full agreement with Chelsea. That's from Santi Aruna. Everyone else that wants to complain, smash your heads through a brick wall. We couldn't care less. That's it. We've got people that are interested in our players. They've come in for them. They're going to give them ridiculous amounts of money because they can afford it. We ain't stopping them. We're going to get compensated. Here's the player. Thank you very much. Now, those people that run those clubs, that want our players, that have investments in our majority shareholder, that's their business. They want their investments to be managed by our majority shareholder because that's what that company does. That's their business. That's separate. And you know what? To sum it all up, even though Clearlake Capital's worth, I think it's 60 billion worth in assets, the assets that are being managed by Clearlake, that have been put in by the Saudis into Clearlake, is no more than 5%. Still a substantial amount of fee, but it's no more than 5%. So if we're talking about power, compared to the rest of what Clearlake Capital does, it's minuscule. But everyone sees just how much money it is and thinks, oh my God. People don't understand just how things function at that level. The numbers are ridiculous. The zeros are stupid, right? But that's how it is. That's how it is. Are you going to change it? The day you can figure out a way to change it, let me know. Let me know. I'll be here. Yeah? Just leave me a comment and we can see exactly how that's all going to change. The only way, right, honestly, at this point, the only way that this sort of thing ends is nuclear fallout. That's it. Everything gets wiped out. That's the only way that this ends. Or, I don't know. Even, we're talking about the way that everything's connected now. Even if the internet was to get taken down, mate, they've still got their money. They've still got their resources. It's not ending. As I've said, nuclear fallout's the only way. So, look, and God forbid that happens anyway. So, look, that's what's happening. That is how it is. And if people want to complain. Todd Bowley, Egbali, I feel have been smart enough here. And as I've said, I criticise them when I criticise them, but I have to be honest and I praise them when they deserve it, and they have to be praised. On a business level, we have found that they found loopholes in the past. They have found one hell of a loophole here. One hell of a loophole. They've built a business relationship. They've brought that business relationship into their interest that they both have in the football world, and they've collaborated. Beautiful. The way that we have seen, I would say, we're looking far ahead compared to some other people. Some other people haven't been able to build those relationships with the very, very people in Saudi that are causing this entire madness. We've come in and built an entire network with them. We're ahead of the game. Compared to everyone else, we are ahead of the game. So, look, if we want to actually say now, look, Man City have Emirati money. If we're looking at Newcastle, they have Saudi. We're looking at Man United. They're about to have Qatari. We got Americans as the face, but we've got very, very good Saudi links too. So it is what it is. There we are. To add some more news, let's get right into it. Here it is. Conor Gallagher won't be used in a deal for Caicedo as he isn't priority for Brighton. Newcastle and West Ham concrete interest. Chelsea will get more money on open market. Understand, Conor prefers Newcastle, but higher priority for West Ham and expected to bid after Rice's sell. That is key. The fact that Declan Rice is going to Arsenal is what's going to enable this deal to happen to go to West Ham. That is absolutely key. I didn't think of it that way, but the money that they're going to be getting, they can definitely come in for Conor Gallagher with pleasure, right? It means we're going to be getting Declan Rice money. That's great. That's absolutely great. So, look, I'm all for that, and I'm all for it even for Conor. I think West Ham will be perfect for him. Stays in London, good level for him, gets to develop, gets to play all the time without pressure. You know, I think it's great. So overall, I think that will work out. Let's see what happens. Let me know your thoughts down below. To wrap up, there's one piece of news that's come out and we have to discuss it because I think there's a bit of false information. So here it is. Exclusive by Fabrizio. Man United are on the verge of reaching an agreement with Marcus Rashford over a new long-term deal. He's set to accept the proposal. Negotiations at final stages. Rashford very happy with Erik ten Hag. Final details to be sorted. Here we go soon. Now, some people have said that he's going to be on 375k a week. I don't actually think that's the case. So that came from the Mirror, and no one else has said it except the Mirror, that he's going to be on 375. If he is on 375, right, look, do I think it's smart? Do I think he's worth that? No. Much like we got to be honest, some of the values of our players that the Saudis are coming in for, we're getting more for what they're worth. Absolutely. But if Man United want to give that, they give that. As far as I'm concerned, Rashford, 375, I think is too much for a player, even though he's a good player. Let's have it right. But it's a lot. It's a lot. And if you're replacing David De Gea, who was the highest earner, and that's all gone left, and then you're putting Marcus Rashford in that bracket, I think they could have been a bit wiser. Overall, they didn't have to do that, it seemed. But if that is the case and they're actually going to be doing that, then yeah, I think it's a bit bonkers. However, I genuinely don't think it will be 375. So that's why I'm adding a bit of caution here, just to let you guys know. Keep your eyes peeled, and we'll see exactly what the real number is going to be after it does come out. So there we are, people. Let me know your thoughts down below. That's video 1 of 2. Second video later on tonight. I'm sure things will develop, so make sure you guys are here for that. Thank you all very much for watching. Don't forget, hit the subscribe button if you are new. Hit the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash the like button if you have enjoyed this, and I will see all of you Habibis later on. Have a good one, people. In a bit. Take care and peace.